Hold on, guys. We'll get rolling here in just a second. Make sure I have all this set up right. Howdy, Herman. Race car. Yo. Yo. Remember that Razor Ramon? Hey, yo. Legend. We're going to get back to the polar build soon, but I looked at another remnant screenshot today, and we got to do something with these flamingos because he's kind of left me with an awesome idea. I mean, it's not like, you know, game breaking or anything, but it's just, it looks cool what he's done. Yes, Herman, I think I am ready for tomorrow. I actually have to work from 12 to 4, so I get to miss out on like the hard part, like the cooking and all that, and I just get to come home and eat. I'm using work as an excuse. I gotta work tomorrow. Oh, check this out, y'all. I found a cool spot. I got rid of like the crappy looking bathroom and all that was right here, and I found a really cool like prominent spot here for the ranger station. So now it's not all hidden behind the mountains or anything, like kind of like we first envisioned over there. Whoops, I still have some long grass sticking up right here. And also that means the station doesn't just have to sit in my blueprints forever and never get used. So the station kind of faces right here towards Chimp Ridge. So see, everybody kind of, they make their way to, it's a pretty populous type of area through here. So they come into this big crossroads and they have the big station right here now. I thought that fit there perfect. So the station has a new home. Oh, gotta replace your battery tomorrow. That is no fun. And they are not very cheap, usually. Hey, there's Sumi. I was wondering if you'd be able to make it. I got a little bit of a late start here, a lot later than normal. But I still wanted to get a stream in. And what we're doing is this, I do not believe, is going to be the flamingo habitat anymore. I was telling these guys, I saw a screenshot from my buddy Remnant, who's doing Balboa Zoo, incredible zoo, and he has an amazing Flamingo Lagoon. So unfortunately, I think my little anteater playground here is going to have to go for now. And this is going to be, we're going to make this a big plaster bottom Flamingo Lagoon that will encompass like the upper area here of the anteaters. So if we can make this work, the water will even bump up against this wall. But this will be a huge Flamingo Lagoon. I think it's going to be cool if I can make this work. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can show you. Let me see if I can grab. Hold on one sec. I'm going to grab a screenshot of what Remnant did, and I'll post it on the screen here for a minute so you guys can kind of see what caught my attention and why I think this is going to be such a better idea for up here. Okay, so I think, okay, his Instagram is Planet Remnant. So let me pull this up. I don't know. Hold on, I just grabbed a copy of the screen. Hey, Cody, what's up, buddy? So, let me go into Paint real quick. There's old Jake has joined us again. What's up, Jake? Hold on, I almost have this picture ready. Maybe a little blurry to you guys when we finally get it up, but I'm just the only place I think he posted it was Instagram, so I'm kind of trying to crop this here. Okay, so let me run back over here to OBS, add image. Yeah, it's a little tiny, but I may be able to blow it up for you guys enough to kind of get an idea. I think that's about as much as I can blow it up and not go crazy blurry. You guys should see it in just a second. But yeah, so see, what we're doing is the Remnant type of treatment, I think. I want little islands, like, see how he has the little island out there in the middle of the water? He's got the plaster underneath for cleaning. It's not a natural bottom like I have here. And I think we can make this little platform, this little elevated area up here, a lot better than what I have. So let me remove that and let's kind of start getting down to business here. Got to get rid of these paths. Which, don't get me wrong, the playground was cool, but, you know, obviously it's completely non-functional. So they, you know, there's just not really a lot to it. Still keep the bridge over there, kind of like going to the back of the hotel, but all of this kind of needs to go. Such a cool little playground, though. We'll have to find a spot for it eventually. Let's get rid of some of this fencing. Did you guys get to catch any of Drew's streams today? Work was a little weird. I did not get to catch much of what he had going on today. Hey, Micah, what's up, buddy? Glad you swung back by for a little bit. We are prepping this area for a huge Flamingo Lagoon. Probably going to get rid of this right now. I mean, we may end up putting some of this back, but just while we're getting this layout, I like everything to kind of be a little blank. Probably leave that because I don't want to butt up that close to that wall. And the giant anti-terre will have some new neighbors in the form of some flamingos. Oh, 20 inspections during your shift, 8 hours. You had a pretty busy Wednesday. I think we can make this anteater habitat look better as well. So that may be something we we'll look at too once the lagoon is done. All right, guys, so we kind of have our main little area kind of ready. I just think this is going to look so much better as a lagoon. We've got our little, I'm going to leave the rock climbing walls because those are cool. Really happy with how those turned out. I will clean the back side of the hotel up, probably with some rock work right there, and finish walling that in. Because the hotel came out pretty cool. I just don't know, though, if it would look cooler coming down through here if the hotel was out of the way and you could kind of see the sight lines of the islands and stuff that are going to be in the lagoon. See, like on that side of the street, the hotel's almost a little intrusive, isn't it? Let's just get rid of it and we'll just kind of take a look here. Because there was a lot going on this corner. Hey Drew, what's up, buddy? We are taking we're taking some inspiration from Remnant's Flamingo Lagoon. If you go to his Instagram, and he's on he just started his Instagram not too long ago, but it's Planet Remnant. He's got a screenshot on there of a plaster bottom Flamingo Lagoon. And I saw it today and it just looks incredible. And then I kind of looked at my Flamingo Lagoon and I was like, I'm like, this is kind of looks like dog poo compared to what Remnant has kind of come up with. So we're gonna we'll leave all these guys here for now. I am gonna steal the waterfall that I created, and I'm gonna try to get it over here, as you know, feeding the lagoon. If we can kind of make this happen, probably have to get rid of the big tree I found on the workshop though, but that's okay. So the flamingos, they'll still have their waterfall feature, but their lagoon is going to be like plaster bottom. I think Drew and I are kind of switching over to that style. Like I did it with the crocodiles. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, I kind of tried it with the crocodiles, and it really kind of gives off, a pretty cool vibe than just having the natural bottom. And we were talking about how it's cooler on staff safety, particularly on cleaning the bottom of these. So that is that's kind of what we're going for, but with the Flamingo Lagoon, we're going a little larger. Yeah, San Diego Zoo Flamingo recreation. Yes. Yes, yes, definitely. And you know what? I can probably leave this bridge and we can kind of continue it out over the lagoon. Like, we'll come out this way. So people that take this wooden bridge path can make their way over here and they can look at the giant anteaters, which we'll fix. We're going to take another look at their... I'm basically re-remnanting my zoo. Like, this is what we're gonna try. But first, we need to get this lagoon in place. Hey, thank you, Chris. I know it's a little bit of a late stream, but I just got home like 8 minutes ago. So like I said, this is going to turn into a huge Flamingo Lagoon now. If I can make it look right. The only thing is, and I think I heard Drew, I caught Drew for a quick minute today, and I heard him mention the only thing that stinks is when you're trying to work with water in zoo and you have to totally get rid of it to mess with, like, to do any type of terrain work. And I hate that because in Planet Coaster you were able to just edit, you know, whatever you needed to do, you could edit it with the water in there. But with zoo, you have to wait. You have to take it all out. We'll get us some kind of cool custom fencing going with this. We'll try to get this worked out cool. Not as cool as Remnant's able to do, but we'll get something figured out here. No, the water won't be too deep, Chris, but okay, that is probably good. And then we can put the plaster in and raise it a little if we need to, but and I want little islands like foliage and just you know, like flower islands out in the middle of it like Remnant has. And like I said, his just looks killer. Only thing is, this may be just a hair too deep for them to stand in. This may have to go down just a little bit. Yeah, this may be a hair too deep, so we've kind of got it right here at the edge of that bush. Let's see if I can I go down just a little bit, or is that... What the heck is that? Is that a balloon? Oh, okay, that's a balloon. I'm like, is there something swimming in the water? That's a balloon floating by up here. I know, Chris. We're always on the lookout for some more subs. I think we're just going to have to make the executive decision, and that, I think that'll be okay. And maybe I can just make... Maybe I can make a couple pieces out here just a little shallower. Oh, cool, race car. Yeah, that blender stuff can be a little intimidating. But if you there's a lot of good tutorials and stuff that you can try your hand out at, listen to, study. Okay, so now that I've got this raised a little, we'll base our plaster off of that shallower part. Still might be a little too deep, but it'll be okay. And the cool thing is, I think Remnant is due a new Balboa like any time, because it's been like a month since the last Balboa. So I'm thinking we're almost due for a good episode. Him and J Ash is helping him. I think that's going to work. This will be like the redheaded stepchild to Remnant's build. If I can help it, remember, we don't want a massive crack to show. I can make it like as seamless as possible. So see, that's not too bad. I mean, you're going to see a little bit of the crack, but it's not, you know, not terribly, terribly noticeable. And I think it's going to look good too is when we get the islands started, when we start installing the islands out here. This is one of those things where you guys are just going to have to kind of let this let this develop, kind of let me work on this, and you'll see that I think it's going to look cool. See you, Chris. Hey, Leaf, what's up, buddy? We'll get that covered. Yeah, Sumi's saying we're definitely going to have to remember the Flamingos requiring hard shelter. So we'll take a look at that as well. Oh, Warble's back. Warble, we are trying to recreate what Remnant has done in Balboa with his Flamingo Lagoon. I come across it today on Instagram, and it looks absolutely incredible. And I was just thinking this whole spot right here that used to be a playground would suit so much better as a Flamingo Lagoon up here. And I think even like looking at it from up here, see how it kind of it breaks up all of the foliage that we have. So I think it's going to be a good little break spot. Oh, hold on a minute. Drew sent me a message. Oh, yeah, Drew, hold on. I'll send you a little note right now. You can jump on with me if you have time.
Yeah.
Hey-o. Drew, we're listening to some Planko pirate music.
Why wouldn't you? Heck yeah. Yeah, I remember you said you always want some company, and I just loaded in the Planet Coaster. It took about 20 minutes, so I figured, watch you do this, and I'll do Planet Coaster, and it'll be great.
Yeah, Drew, I am trying to copy Remnant's Flamingo Lagoon.
Yeah.
I noticed it today, and we got to try it.
Absolutely.
Basically, simple as that.
If I remember right, he basically recreated the San Diego Zoo's flamingo habitat, which is really cool. I love their habitat for them. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it'll turn out really good.
Yeah, and I love the little islands that they have out. Like right now, it just looks like a big, blue blob of plaster, but once we kind of, get rolling here in just a little bit, I'll start adding in the little islands that the flamingos can, they can't get up on them necessarily. They're more just like decoration out in the middle of the lagoon, just to break up the plaster a little, Well,
and if I remember right, something that he used was the, their, what's it called? The little shallow area where they can kind of get up and eat their krill and whatever. So you can kind of, I think he incorporated that into an island too, so they kind of stand out in the middle of it and looks naturalistic while they eat and stuff. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's a good point. I need to try to get that out here early as well to kind of see where they'll let me put it.
And that's a good. That was good of who was it, Sumi and Chris and them to bring up the hard shell. I always forget that they need hard shelters, so it's a good thing they brought that up right away, so you weren't like all the way through your build and you're like, oh shit, where am I gonna put that? And yeah, I think that's a cool idea to keep the bridge too, to get some cool overhead shots too. Yeah, like you put that there, and you can get your bridge like right over top of that, basically.
Yeah, and then like I said, I'll hide this with rock work, but make it to where they can like leave an opening where they can still get up on it.
Yeah, it'll look like a natural little island out there that they'll just want to go to because it has all their food in it.
Yeah.
I found out that that's why flamingos are the color that they are, because of the krill that they eat so much, because they're all red. And that's what
cool.
Makes them give them their pink tint to them.
I did not know that.
Man, I'm learning like all day. If I'm not streaming, I'll just sit there on Disney Plus, and they have all those new zoo shows on there, like the behind the zoo shows.
Yeah.
I'll just sit there and listen to them all day. I'm just like, oh, you don't say. That's interesting.
Drew's like, oh, we'll be using that on a stream later.
No kidding.
Leaf said the boys are back in town.
Right.
Boys are back
They'll
in
just
town.
be hanging out in the backyard or the backstage areas. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's just like your backstage pen and stuff like that. I'm just going to copy that.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Did you see Joe Rohde was retiring?
I heard, yesterday I saw that message there, and everyone immediately was like, he's not going to be able to finish the Yeti. He didn't fix the Yeti like he said he would.
And I was kind of wondering what he meant in his farewell address when he said that if I'd stay, I'd have to undertake a huge project, and by the time I finished it, I would be an old man. So I'm wondering, like, what is he talking about that's so huge it would take up the rest of the half of his life?
I mean, but as far as I know, when I used to work at Disney, the little bit of interactions that we had with Imagineers, don't do that. They always were working on projects, and like half the time, even if it was something that would take them like 10, 15 years or whatever, it might not even like come to fruition. You know what I mean?
Right. And I was telling people too, and remember, he was supposed to design the new Disney Cruise Line island that they bought at Lighthouse Point. Like, you know, everybody knows about Castaway Cay, the Disney private island in the Bahamas, but they bought another one that he was supposed to head up the design on. So he could have been talking about that, but I'm just...
Could have been, or again, it could have been something just like we don't even know about.
Right,
that. It's
yeah.
like, it's so in blue sky right now that it's like, yeah, this is an idea that's crazy.
Yeah, and he's thinking like, if this happens, this will take me the rest of my career.
Exactly.
So
and,
who knows?
And a lot of people brought up really good points that, got rid of the water. That just because he's retiring doesn't necessarily mean that he's done with Disney.
You're right,
he could
right.
Be brought back
he could still be a consulting role.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, them guys usually collect checks like that forever. You know, I'm sure that Joe will still have some kind of influence and input, and you know,
he's gonna write a book about his time at Disney right away, cash in some money on that, and then he'll travel the world. I bet for a good.
Said he wanted to do that. Yeah, said that, and that was. He said work was one of the biggest things that held him and his wife back from being able to travel all where they wanted to travel.
Which, I get what he's saying, but also, like the behind the scenes tour of him, like him and his crew for working on Animal Kingdom, he was in like the Andes or the Mount or like Mount Everest.
Yeah, they went to Nepal and it's like, dude, you've already been doing that.
Hey, Savannah, how you doing there?
Hey, Savannah, what's up, buddy?
I saw a lot of these people all day today. I ended up streaming for 6.5 hours today.
I know, that's what Race Car was telling me. He was like, Drew went hard today.
I kind of did. It just kind of kept going. I didn't even. By the time I looked up, I was like, "Well, I'm already 5 hours in. May as well just shut up and go another hour, I guess." But I've just been having, people were asking me because I played Planet Zoo today. They're like, didn't think you had an inspiration for Planet Zoo. I was like, honestly, you can thank Planet Coaster. I got so much of a kick going off playing Planet Coaster and like a revitalization kind of thing that, I'm just like, it just is kind of carrying over and just kickstarted me into like this big creative session that I've been going off of.
Shoot, I understand, dude. Sometimes it just happens. It's kind of hard to explain.
Right, like there's no rhyme or reason for like either of them. Like, why did you stop playing? I don't know. Why are you playing now? I don't know. I saw a leaf and it tickled my fancy.
Yeah, I was Googling some concept art and...
Right, and then it was just like, whoom. But no, it's
definitely
the Planet Coaster, like TMTK and modding and stuff. Like, I've just been having such a good time building in Planet Coaster that just kind of... I loaded up Planet Zoo this morning, went into Thornton Hills Zoo for the first time for like 3 or 4 days, and I was like, yeah, hippo, let's go. It's time to hippo.
Yeah, I'm really almost tempted to load that water park back up like this weekend or something and just try to take a look at some slide designs or something. I've got a little bit of a Planko itch.
I think you should itch it because, I mean, I think you've mentioned more about that water park than you have about you not getting a Jurassic World Evolution.
Drew, did I ever tell you that?
We talked about that today in stream. It was so funny.
And it's weird. Sometimes it hits me and I'm so angry, and then sometimes we talk about it and I'm just like, well, yeah, whatever.
Well, fuck it.
Whatever. I don't know why. I get hit with that in spurts.
Do you know who got one though? That Adfo guy that you like so much.
I know.
I'm just kidding. We're not going to go down there.
And also too, Commando said, "Dude, S-Dan, I got one."
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, "Come on now."
Might as well just finish the rest of your zoo, says because there you go. Just finish it tonight. We'll just do a 16-hour stream with S-Dan to finish out all of Suyana right now tonight. This is looking good, though. I just looked over at your little island that you're building. That's looking good.
Yeah, so this is kind of in remnant style. Now we just need I need a good foliage package here. So I've got to find...
We're playing the right game for that, my friend.
Yes.
Man, whenever I'm on Planet Coaster right now, and all I can keep thinking about is because last night mentioning how they're working on bringing the Planet Zoo foliage over to Planet Coaster. I'm just like, when? Now, please, now.
Yes. Can we have that now, please?
I needs it.
Drew, dude, this is gonna. Drew, look at this vista right here. Like the islands, like I don't even have any rock work, and it's I think this is gonna be cool. This is gonna work. Probably do one more island like over here.
Oh yeah.
Like just dot out just 2 little islands to break up the plaster. This is yeah.
Well, what about that view you were looking at earlier? I think I caught up in the stream when you were looking down your main street towards the hotel that you got rid of. You could maybe get like something going in with that view going in there. I don't know if you could be able to or not, but that was such a good vista look down that main street towards that hotel that used to be there.
Yeah, the hotel just seemed so kind of intrusive though. Now, like when you kind of,
I like how it's open now though.
Yeah, see, it kind of like lets the area. You ever hear like Mike Sheets, that nerd, talk about letting an area breathe and letting your eye rest, and kind of what he's told me over the years. And it's just like this area's breathing a little bit now,
Right. Yeah. No, that's exactly where they put it. Let it breathe. Let it breathe. Rado, what are you saying? Who said what? That Planet Zoo foliage? The modders did. The modders directly from their mouths said it. It's not like a Planet Coaster Frontier official thing. We're talking about modding and stuff like. There's been some incredible breakthroughs in the Planet Coaster modding communities. If you didn't watch already, we have a podcast that we did with our good friend Because Race Car, who's in chat now, myself and Estian. We had a good 2-hour talk about that last night and showed off some of the Planet Coaster mods. And we're kind of on the start, the very cusp of the possibilities for Planet Coaster mods there. And it's going to be fun stuff there. It's going to be fun stuff. Ooh, there you go with the big old tree. Yeah,
you can go big like this, or we could bounce that back and go a little more subtle on the island. I'm just kind of trying to get some visuals here, Kind of like throwing up some height balloons, but in the form of a tree.
Especially with that, I for whatever reason, I forgot that Spanish moss was a thing in this game.
I know, until Carlos put those over there on those trees.
Right.
I was like, wait a minute, we have moss, don't we?
Yeah, it looks
and that looks incredible.
Good. Yeah, it really adds all that. Hey, speaking of Leaf's in here. Hi, Leaf.
There's a Leaf. Leaf and Bold. Did we give Bold a shout out? She showed up.
What's that? Sorry.
I said we got to give Bold a shout out. She showed up.
Oh, Bold hung out with me all day too. That's what it's so funny. Like at the end of the stream, everyone's like, "Oh, thanks for streaming, yada yada." It's like I was bored today, and because I got laid off in the last few days because of all the stuff going on.
Yeah,
it's like y'all are making me not bored at home. So thank you for hanging out with me.
I know, that's cool.
It's like otherwise I'd just be sitting there talking to myself all day, basically.
And that's kind of like my my whole thought process on streaming, now that kind of Drew has got me into this, is I would be sitting here doing this alone. I would be working on this stuff, but it would be to get it ready in the form of cinematics and, videos. And I'm like, why not just bring them in and let's just let them watch this?
100%. 100%. And I know we say it every single time now, I feel like, but again, you all are letting us know you like the streams way more than edited content, because shoot, today it's probably because I streamed for so long, but that video or that stream that I already was close to 400 views.
I know,
in real time views, you know what I mean? That's
awesome.
Not even letting it soak, and I got a good 7 or 8 new subs and stuff, so it's I don't get that even on a normal video.
Right. And then, when can we get this kind of engagement, I mean, okay, Drew, take for instance, like scroll up and look at all the comments right now the chat that's coming through. There's
Exactly.
no way we would have that many comments. Like it just,
No, it's very true. And it's kind of a little bit sad when you think about it. Like, all the work put into like a edited video and then it's like, oh, okay, I mean, 600 people is a lot of people, I guess, but like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I just looked at my last video that I edited and uploaded. It has 661 views real time as of right now. Which I definitely don't want to sound spoiled or whatever, because I know there's, other channels out there that would kill for those kind of views. But, and here's the but, it's been going down. The views have been going down. As far as like edited videos go. So again, just why put in all that effort if you're gonna get about the same views for a stream?
Yes, and the stream just ends and it edits it for us and gets it ready for playback, and that is the end.
Savannah said that she's got the next 4 days off and is looking forward to some good gaming time. I'm excited to see you finish out your dingo habitat if you're going to be doing that. And some of your Sims builds have been really cool lately.
Yes.
Savannah. I mean, your Sims builds are usually always on point there, so. We have our, it's funny, we have obviously our Planet Zoo nerds, but we also have our Planet Zoo and Sims nerds, right? It seems like that's the crossover.
We do have a lot of crossover, and I think too, Drew, one thing that's going to be real fun for us is when we eventually, hopefully one day, start our Paralives adventure.
Oh my God, you're not wrong.
I mean, talk
so
about
excited for Paralives.
Yeah,
and it's not just because of the YouTube part of it. Like I was even, we've both been excited for it since like their second posting on Twitter, basically. I went back on the Patreon because I know SDN and myself are both part of Alex's Patreon, the creator of Paralives, and they did like a little review, like a history of Paralives up to this point. And yeah, I didn't realize that the second posting that they did was the one showing off the walls being enlarged and like the objects and stuff like that. That Twitter post that like blew up. That was like the second post they did, and that's definitely when I got in on the action. I think you did too. So
yeah, and Drew, did you see that like the very first Paralives video I did? It almost has 300,000 views. You
said 300?
Yeah, 300,000.
It's attaboy. Well,
yeah.
When you search up,
oh no, Sumi, these are mine. I didn't get these off the workshop. These are custom.
Oh, your rock walls? Those are great. Those are up on the workshop, aren't they?
I don't know if I put them on there or not. If I didn't and they're on there, then somebody may have downloaded one of the Suyana parks and took them and put them on there.
Have you ever had issues with that before in the community? Had to call someone out, be like, "Hey, dude, like that's you did."
I've never had to, but I've had people do it for me. Like,
me too.
Yeah, they've messaged me and said, "Hey, I just sent this guy a message. He like totally just uploaded your whatever," and he, I told him about it. So yeah, it happens. It's a little creepy. There's a guy right now that is, I noticed he's uploading screenshots. I don't know if he's my friend on Steam or not, but he's building a polar exhibit, and it looks like he's following the streams, and he's building it exactly like mine. Like there's a dome in the middle. The whole building is almost exactly the same.
Heck yeah, but he's like taking inspiration from
Must be, yeah.
Yeah. So Leaf brought up a really good point there. I'm so surprised Planet Zoo creators don't collide with Sims 4 creators, since you brought up the Sims nerd. I feel like I'm in a small niche. Then again, The Sims 4 is horrible. Well, see, I have played The Sims 4 before, and I kind of feel bad because I played it for 2 or 3 weeks, and I met some amazing Sims community members who bought me seasons and a few other expansions. They had extra keys laying around and stuff, and I felt bad because it's a fun game to build in, but then when I actually went to play the thing, I was so annoyed with the game. Like, babies crying and just all this stuff. And it's like, can I just not play the game part of it, I guess, and just build? But I just lost inspiration real quick, too.
Well, see, and I just cannot make myself comfortable with the controls. Like, I want to be able to build like I can in Coaster and Zoo, and it doesn't work like that. It's
aggravating because well, that's what bugged me, and I think there's been a lot of advancements, quote unquote, for it, but like stairways. I wanted to make a stairway that went multiple directions, like it goes up one flight and then turns and goes up another. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, you can do that if you do this mod, and then you got to download. I'm like, why isn't that a thing in the house building game? I'm like, why do I have to mod the game to shit to like make bunk beds or simple stuff? I don't know.
I know and I just get so disheartened with Sims so quick, and I'm just like, I'm backing out of this.
Yeah, and again, when they release a new pack and it's like, all right, that'll be $40.
I know, like you go on, you like log into Origin and you go to the EA page and you're like, my God, if I want to get this pack that like I saw Savannah build with, it's going to cost me like $180.
I mean, we definitely, can't talk fully because of the Planco and Planet Zoo and all that fun stuff. It definitely adds up if you're looking to come into the game. Like, let's say you're a brand new player coming to Planet Coaster right now, right? Like, you'd be like, oh my God, I got to get all these DLCs. That's like a $200 investment or whatever. But then you look at the Sims and you add it up and it's something crazy like $600 to $700 if you want
to get it all. I'm like, jeez.
Yes.
Leaf said the gameplay is horrible. LOL. I found it really fun to build, especially with the updates they've made to the engine.
Okay.
Look, Savannah said, I picked up a few packs on their half-off sale and really enjoy it. Also, I figured out the controls and made it very similar to Planet Zoo camera controls.
Oh, that's kind of intriguing because I do have the Sims still, and that's intriguing. Like what Leaf said, if they've made some updates to the game and stuff like that, the actual controls, and then, I mean, there's a half-off sale. I'll take a half-off sale. Mm-hmm. I'll always take a game off price. You never know. You never know. Chris Harris is back, everybody. Chris Harris is back. He had some Outback. What'd you get from Outback? Don't say dingo, because... Yeah, the new pack for the Sims, though, that didn't look too bad with the snowy pack or the Japanese type setting and building pieces and stuff.
And too, I don't know if it was Savannah or Savannah may have been giving him a hard time, or a lot of them were about the Star Wars stuff, but I thought it looked pretty cool. I mean, I kind of liked some of the little wall pieces.
But it's the same thing that picture it like this. Because I don't disagree. I thought it looked pretty cool too. But picture it like this: we're sitting here in Planet Zoo, going we need billboards and Vista points and all this stuff that we've been requesting. And then Frontier comes out and is like, "Yeah, that's nice, but here's a Barney pack because you all want Barney in the game, don't you?" Like, wait, what?
Yeah, I can see that. Well, it's like I've said too. It's like sometimes Frontier is weird in the sense of they can almost take the approach of we know better what you guys want than you do. So here, take this South America pack. And it's kind of like, well, guys, we know that you guys are, really good at this, but there's some other stuff we kind of want that we're waiting on that makes a ton of sense.
And it's funny. I think the Star Wars pack. I'm already seeing it here. You have Leaf and Simply Savannah saying,
she's like, "Hey, I like the Star Wars pack."
Right, but don't tell anyone because I can't ruin my Sims cred and stuff. I think it's one of those packs that will age better than it was received, kind of thing.
Right. It's like you said. It's one of those things where the community they want so much, and the Star Wars pack was they were like, "Oh my God, license cash grab."
It was bad. It was because if I remember right, because I have a few friends, like Leaf and a few others who are really, really into the Sims community, and they were just kind of like we were when we were kind of getting low on Planet Zoo, and are they listening to us? And y'all are having your 1-year anniversary, and your best that you can do is a live stream, or or a day of socials. It was just kind of like getting to that with the Sims community too, where they're just like, y'all are just not listening to like what we want. Well, and the big thing too was like, I think a lot of it was to do with, now that I'm remembering, like people of color, like they don't have a lot of like options for like people of color in their game. But then they like released the Star Wars pack, and they're like, okay, so like you can like do Star Wars, but you can't like focus on real people and stuff. It's like, so it was just a weird kind of time for the Sims overall.
Right. And it was like, it would have been perfect for them. Like it was just perfect timing for them to address that and get the color right, and because I think they tried to do something and they just made it worse. Like the coloring that they tried, people were like, "Are you guys serious?
Like, is this your best effort?
This is not what we meant." And so it's kind of like it's kind of like sometimes EA just gets in their own way, or it's just
no, 100%. They seem to not let Maxis do what Maxis does best a lot of times. Just let them go, let them do what they're gonna do.
And then of course everybody's always wondering. It's kind of like become a meme, GTA 6 type of thing. Yeah,
that's what I was about to bring up too.
When is Sims 5 happening? Like, okay, you've got next gen out now. Like these simmers are ready to roll.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at with The Sims as well. Like, every single time they release a new pack and stuff, I'm like, I mean, cool, but like, you can make another game now. You do know that you have Paralives about to come out and just shatter your world, right? Like,
yeah, and when Drew, when did the original, like, when did Sims 4 come out?
I will Google.
Was it like 2014-ish or something? It's
2014, 2 days before my birthday, September 2nd, 2014.
2014.
So a 6-year-old game.
And we're going into 2021. So
yes, it's almost a 7-year-old game.
But Drew, I mean, I know that we're kind of high on the modding, but people are due for a City Skylines 2 as well.
Yeah, and that's an interesting one. That's a good, like, I do think that one is coming. I honestly think we'll see City Skylines 2 before we see The Sims 5. But that game, City Skylines in particular, and I know Sims has modding as well, but the modding in Skylines just keeps that game going. I mean, there was the City Skylines team retweeted a mod today, and I thought it was a real picture. Like, I straight up had to double check it.
I know. They tweeted one today of like this harbor city, and I was like, "You're kidding me!"
That's what I saw.
I saw that too. I'm like, "Holy crap!"
That is, I can't believe how much they're pushing that engine. First, I mean, that's a good commending the team there for pushing that engine so far and everything. But yeah, but I still think it seems like who makes that game again? Who's the developer for Skylines?
Paradox Interactive, I believe.
Yeah, Paradox. They're more into releasing sequels and stuff like that on a more basis. So I feel like we might see an update to Skylines, before we see it to Sims, to be honest with you, or a new game, I should say.
But man, I am just so pleased with what Paralives is trying to do. Like like there is no better example of an indie team trying to give the community what they've been asking for than Paralives. That is their mission. We have to give these Sims players what they're asking for years.
And that's all they're doing. They're literally just going on the forums and stuff like that and be like, "Oh, you guys want to resize objects? Okay." We
will make that kind of like our prehistoric kingdom guys.
Exactly. Yep. 100%.
Like you said, Drew, there may be a niche for these type of studios. Okay, let's give the people what the big guys aren't.
Yeah.
That's what our games are going to be based off of.
Right.
And it seems like they might be able to make it work. I mean,
it might be a niche, but It's when it's a niche of a couple million people potentially. That's a big niche.
Yep.
That's a big niche. What's the earliest do we think the Planet Coaster 2 will come out? We've both said a few times that we think probably another 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, 2022, 2023, I'd say.
I think that would be pretty safe. The Frontier seems pretty wrapped up with their F1 series and
like we said, and like Shantae has alluded to, COVID has put a big break on things as far as them, they're still working from home, and obviously the UK has entered another lockdown, and so that, and that goes to Shantae's credit too, that she come out and mentioned that we want to do, we have so many things planned when it's safe to, like when we're all back together, and we're going to do the live streams again, but they're kind of like just chill out, chill out for a little bit, and we will get back as soon as we can.
Which, that's good enough for me at this point. I mean, when I'm also going, everywhere is kind of dealing with what we're having to deal with. It's like, that's fine.
This is understandable. It's just, we know that you guys, there's 600 people trying to work from home and share files and development and meetings. So we get it. We just,
Right. We'll hopefully, get past this as soon as we all can worldwide, and then just pick up from there, and hopefully have a fantastic start to our ending to the 2021 year and get going, kind of thing.
Yeah, get 2021 rolling on a good start. Maybe we'll have some announcements. They'll tell us some stuff that's kind of coming down the pipeline. But
Yep, exactly. So, and I don't think that's too far fetched to kind of expect it, just because if you figure that they've been set back a little bit in 2020, so you'd hope that by 2021 they kind of have gotten into the swing of things and kind of gotten used to it, and they can start to really pump out some content like they've been
and maybe they had they've got their routine down now, and kind of what needs to be done in these work from home situations. So I don't know, we'll just we'll have to see.
Right. Savannah is so excited for Prehistoric Kingdom. Us too, girl. Us too.
Yeah, we are. Like I said, I'm like DMing them now. I'm like, please, guys, if you have anything I can play, please let me just send me a message.
That's funny.
I'm like, can I pay you to let me play? I will pay you.
Right. Well, we'll reverse the roles. Instead of you basically paying out of your pocket for me to get a free key, I'll pay you like a normal person.
Yeah.
Man, looking over, can you just give me some of those rocks in Planet Coaster real quick? I could really use some of those rocks right now.
Sorry.
Oh, dude, do you know what I used today that was just dumb good? A brand new workshop item. Nicholas Lionrider. I don't know if you've heard of him or not. He has a really good YouTube channel. He's a brilliant builder as well.
Sounds familiar.
But he made FlexiColor rocks.
Oh,
they're like
for Planko?
No, for Planet Zoo.
Oh,
he literally took the rocks, like every rock, and covered them in temple pieces that are recolorable. And I used it for my hippo build today. It's not piece heavy either. So highly recommend. It gives the perfect fake zoo rock look. Like that wire mesh with the plaster shot on it.
Yeah,
like that Disney does. It's that perfect look. So yeah, if you go in the workshop and type in just Flexi Rocks or whatever, it comes should come right up, and it's such a good addition to the game.
Cool.
It's kind of makes you think wait, why don't we have Flexi colored rocks in the game?
Yeah, the devs are out there watching that damn it.
It's just one of those things where you're like, wait, that's just that would solve so many issues. You wouldn't have to release a new rock pack for us all the time. We could just use flexi-colored rocks because we already have all the same models. They just have different texture wraps on them. But so just give us one that we can just multicolor.
Interesting concept. I'll have to check that out.
Savannah reached out to them about a month ago for a key.
Yeah,
for Prehistoric Kingdom.
Yeah, I did 2 days ago.
I filled out their little questionnaire thing on their website for be part of their partner program. And I remember on there, they were like, make sure that your YouTube channel has like 30,000 or something, or 50,000 subs, and this, that, and the other thing. And I messaged them afterwards, like, hey, I still filled out your thing, and I only have like I only have like 4,000 subs. But like, are you all gonna even consider me? And they're like, oh yeah, no, that you're fine, don't worry. That's just kind of we just have that in there to make sure people are legit, kind of thing. But
yeah,
it's not
yeah,
like correct.
I saw that too, and I was like, ooh, well, I'm trying anyway.
Yep. Well, I've done that a few times where they'll say on there like, oh, I have to have a minimum of like 300,000 subs and this many watch hours, and I'll still apply, and they'll give me a key, and I'll just be like, well, why'd you do that? And like, we just see if people are still gonna, we'll still give them out if people ask, kind of thing, which is kind of a deterrence to see who's serious or not. Like, interesting. So, you content creators out there, Eston and I mention it all the time, but you don't know if you're gonna get something unless you ask. Like, you can ask.
Yep, dude. Yeah, if you don't ask, you'll never know. Yep, that's what Drew and I say.
Yeah, and well, there's this like, and I understand it because I kind of thought this way too for a little bit. But there's this like stipulation that if you ask for it, you're gonna get like on a blacklist or something like that. It's like, no, all it's gonna happen is they're gonna tell you no or yes. Those are the two options.
And normally these games, normally they're pretty nice. They're like, yeah, sure, just Or either like, oh, sorry, I've kind of, or even if they do tell you no, they're always like, reach out to me again in like a month, and I'll see if I have any. They're always pretty cool like that.
They're just nerds like you and I usually.
Yeah, I just sometimes though on Keymailer I feel bad because I get a lot of game offers on Keymailer, but they're just such little weird games that I'm like, dude, you are so stinking nice, but I can't play this like this.
How many times do you get the? Have you gotten the
Plague Wars
porn ones, like where they're like, it's like. It's like an anime girl like on a lost island and like, come play with me. Like, oh god, no, I don't want to play this game.
No.
It's like a porn game.
Jesus. Let's see. Bold says my waterfall is floating. It may be. I might not have placed it completely right.
It's a magic waterfall, see? It's magical. It's magical. Lion Rider lives in the city right over from me. He's rebuilding our local zoo and modding all the animals in. Yeah, he's a game developer too. I only found him because I've been doing my community showcase every Saturdays, and I found him through this backdrop that he made out of like gutter pieces, and it's just like super freaking good. But yeah, it turns out he has a whole YouTube channel. He's a game developer. He actually shouted you and I out in his most recent video because he talked about the animals that leaked and gave some really good perspectives on it. But he, in the beginning of it, he shouted both of us out, saying that we did a great coverage of it the night of.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we did. We jumped on that quick, didn't we? That didn't take long.
That night or that day, I was like, "Bro, I don't know what you're doing tonight, but here's what you're doing."
I'm like, "Oh, you damn right I am."
He brought up a really, really good point in his video that he was saying that if we get these new animals, these new aquatic animals, that they're probably going to need to introduce a new kind of water for like having salt water, because if you look at like aquariums, they usually have that kind of more bright blue kind of clear water in them. Mm-hmm. And right now in Planet Zoo, we don't have anything. We have that kind of dirty or dark blue water or something like that, but not like aquarium water where you can really see through it and it's kind of filtered out with salt and stuff like that. So he's thinking that if we do get it, we'll have to get like a whole new, water type in the game, and maybe like a whole new filtration system to like keep those tanks clean and stuff like that.
Interesting. You know me, I am always up for some more. I asked for it in Planet Coaster, just different style of water, like particularly like tropical, like Bahamas, like the Caribbean type, really, really, turquoise, beautiful.
Exactly.
I've asked for that 100%. For years.
And God,
I remember I was sending DMs to Sam Denny about that. I'm like, please do, just have them talk them into some different water options.
Right.
We need
like
them.
This water y'all have is just gross looking.
I was like Gollum. I'm like, we need them.
And like the water is not bad in some instances, like the dark blue and like the kind of dirty water. Like it definitely is like has its uses, but like man, we just need some good looking water.
And, you know, they have made some strides from Planet Coaster.
Sure.
Because you remember how jello-y.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now, and it's... Oh, we got Jello mold going.
Ew.
we got Jello mold. Yeah, definitely will get... And, you know, there was this post on Reddit the other day about them... about the pathing system. I made a snarky comment on it. Excuse me, about how... Frontier always says that they listen to the community, but also Frontier doesn't change their pathing system between two Planet Coaster games or whatever. But that was me being cheeky, because they, you can tell, like, playing Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo, that they definitely improved the pathing and terrain work a lot in between them. It's still not great, but they definitely did do some improvements to it between the two games.
Yeah, that's cool.
So give credit where credit's due, but I still hate the pathing system.
like a lot of people.
Yeah, I've learned. I don't hate it as much anymore because I know how to manipulate it to what I need it to do. But yeah, it's not the best.
I mean, it's like we were saying though too, Drew. Like that is that not the number one question you get from
Excuse me.
People that haven't played the game in a while?
Yeah, did they update the pathing system? Nope.
Did they fix the pathing? Not yet.
Not playing. And that's like it's I guess it's a testament to those of us that kind of learn the pathing system to kind of learn how to use it, because there are so many people, and I really think this is the biggest reason why people drop off now that we're kind of talking about it, that they won't put up with that. They're just like, no, why would I? This is so bad. I can't do it. Like, I can't take the time to learn it. And it's like, you know, I don't really blame you fully, because I had to do a bunch of independent research with, like, you know, Silverhead and all these other awesome creators making really good tutorial videos. So I don't fully blame people. I can't. Let's see. Flexicolor water. Oh, there's an idea.
Yeah, there we go.
All the things. Maybe the king penguin and gray seal would both need salt water, right, Savannah? Right, exactly. So they need that kind of more aquarium saltwater kind of look to them. Because this is the days of being able to recolor the water in RCT2. Oh, right, when you can make like magma water and purple like Halloween water and stuff. Yes. You want bright orange toxic wastewater zoo? Yes. I would like water pipelines and electric cables to extend their area or provide an exhibit which is just out of reach. I love pumps and drains as well. So water, you can kind of make all those things that you're talking about there with the pieces in game. But I mean, unless you're saying you want to have them as like actual usable pieces to gameplay and stuff. But I mean, they have like drains and electric wires a little bit in game right now. A little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like the pathing isn't that bad. It's just annoying that there isn't an actual null path. That's a good point. And that you can't get rid of the curbs on elevated pathways. Again, yeah, I'm like myself, Stan, and others who are still playing the game now. Like, we definitely all learned how to adapt using the path system for sure. But again, I can fully understand a casual player coming in, never using the path system before. And I mean, there's a reason why the #1 video on my channel to this day is pathing tutorial for Planet Zoo with almost like 30,000 views. So people just, they don't get it, you know, and it's not really their fault. If that many people aren't understanding how to use your pathing system, it's not the community's fault at that point.
Yeah, when just random new people are coming and they're like, and you see them on Twitter, like sometimes, you know, the Planet Zoo Twitter will tweet out something and just some rando is like, oh my god, this game, I played it for like 5 minutes, the pathing system is a wreck, and then you just never hear from them again.
Yeah, no, like, that's the thing. That's the thing. What'd you put it? Because posted something in our chat from yesterday. Let's see. It was a chat to EA that says, "Hey EA, I just want to say the Dark Souls series is amazing." EA replied, "We didn't make those games." Smiley face. And then this person says, "I know you can't make good games."
Burn.
Burn.
Hey, thanks, but we didn't make that game. Yeah, we know.
It's actually playable. All right. Null paths. I remember when Palsy was making his Australian zoo, he made a glass walkway and it would benefit so much from invisible paths. Yeah, because the null or the barriers kind of show up on it, so you got to hide it like that. Do you think we'd ever get a backstage sort of DLC for Planet Zoo, kind of similar to Planet Coaster's Studio Pack? I don't know if we'd get an outright backstage pack or anything, but I think we could get a pack that kind of, again, like Studios, that kind of is like, you know, the sort of backstage pack that just has a lot of items that you could use in backstage areas.
Yeah.
I'd hope so. Again, I think like a harbor or coastal pack with these upcoming animals could kind of itch that fancy there. Get like crates and wood stuff. That's what Planet Zoo needs. It needs more wood items. You know what I mean? Like just more rustic wood kind of items. Everything's a lot of sleek and made of metal and like rock work, and not many like wood items, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. That's what's so hard for me on the stinking the polar build. Like just not being able to really use wood. I am lost without wood.
Yeah, I mean, you get like the Arctic pack, which had that wood, but you know, in Planet, I'm looking at the building set right now in Planet Coaster, that awesome western wall that had like the side paneling to it, the wood side paneling that like everyone would use for their western builds and their rustic builds that was recolorable. Like, we need that in game, just like a simple wood paneling wall set. That's what we need.
Yep. You know what, Drew? It is. I was looking at it a few minutes ago. The thing about this build is, I'm wondering where am I going to put the keeper door to where the keeper can still get over there and service the
why
pond.
not? What about your hard? Because you didn't do the hard shelter yet.
Could I do it like back here? I mean, I can get rid of the giant anteaters if I have to.
No, I don't think you'd have to. Like, where the bridge is not completed yet, I think you could sneak it in there and maybe have the bridge kind of wrap around the kind of structure. You could maybe even incorporate a 2-story structure where the lower half is like the keeper and flamingo area, then the upper half could be like a viewing platform. Maybe do like a tower kind of thing, or I don't know. It looks like, yeah, that's your best bet, maybe to fill in that area where the hotel was with like the backstage and yeah, maybe some guest viewing and stuff like that.
I'm just wondering will the keeper come through here, or will they will like, I'm just wondering now, how do I get a keeper up here to actually place the food in that
you know what you could do? I've seen this at some zoos. You could have a little like a walking thing on like the edges of the pond using like the East Asian like flat wood.
Will the keepers walk on that?
Yes, they will.
Because I could bring that around over here.
If you just have it really stuck tight to the edges.
Like, or maybe above the anteater habitat, and then have it branch off over to the feeding pond.
That's not a bad idea.
But yeah, doesn't this lagoon just look a lot better than that playground did?
It does.
Like, and we've got
a bad idea.
And we've got the rock climbing walls in the background now.
Right. No, these like fit in way better together now, the two habitats right next to each other. Plus, I guess if you're thinking about it, like all those kids up there screaming and playing on that playground right next to the anteaters probably bug them.
Yeah.
Like, shut up, kids.
Savannah said, "That's what she said." Sorry.
You never have to apologize for a "that's what she said" joke.
Yeah.
They are welcomed and encouraged.
But I think this is just so much better than kind of, you know, what we had going on with the playground.
I agree, sir. I agree. They need to give us keep feeders full toggle and sandbox. That would solve my entire life's problems. I just turned off animal welfare. I just haven't dealt with animal welfare since the game came out, basically. So that's how I solve not building keeper huts. The lazy way. But yeah, no, I'm almost positive. Someone correct me in chat if I'm mistaken there, but I'm almost positive the keepers can walk wherever the animals can traverse. Like, you know, when you hit H and see the animal traversable area, wherever the animals can go, the keepers can also go as well. So they can like walk over, you know, water on bridges and stuff like that, and all that fun stuff. So, what's up, Warble? I didn't even see Warble's hanging out in here. A small garden gate would be also really cool for things like tortoise habitats. Yeah, smaller habit or keeper gate. Oh yeah, and multiple keeper gates would make it so we can make those like cheetah crossings or jaguar crossings that go into like other habitats and stuff like that. That we could actually do that without our jaguars starving and stuff. Yeah, I guess Frontier program the keeper gates is something important as the exhibits, but I wish you could have more access points. Yeah, and that's kind of like, you know, speaking of pathing and stuff, that's why they mentioned that they can't really update pathing too, because it's so integral to like actual gameplay elements and stuff that they just have to we just have to wait for Planet Coaster 2 and maybe a Planet Zoo 2 if they ever actually. You might have to smooth that land out. you might have to make a little clearing for yourself, unfortunately. I know. It's like, what can I do to not do? Oh, you know what's great to tick on is a flattened terrain when you're. Yeah. I forgot that was like an option for a long ass time. But flattened terrain has been a lifesaver for me. Nope, not gonna work. You got too many paths in the area. The game's freaking out. Too many barriers. Too many. The terrain just doesn't know what to do right now.
Damn it!
Just tear it all down. Just destroy the whole habitat and start over. No,
yeah, I'll just back out of all this.
Let's just even it. Just do an even and destroy everything and start over. Those guys are nuts. They always do that kind of stuff. Like, you know what? I think this. I think I'm off by like a centimeter. I better destroy the whole build and start over again.
They're like wizards.
They are like wizards. Yeah, obviously what them or him and Remnant and all of them are doing is obviously working, so.
They're cool. You know what? I was thinking, remember how, Drew, sometimes we talk about people that fall out of the game or you hear from them for like forever and then you don't hear from them like ever again? I know one that we used to hear from a lot that you're probably going to be like, oh my God, we don't hear from them anymore. Game Sick. Remember?
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, just gone. Like, I think the last Twitter post that they had was like March of, last year.
Yeah. You're saying they came back around randomly?
No, just never. Like, remember we were just talking about how.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah, you just never hear. It's weird. Like, I mean, I know it's like internet people but isn't it weird? Like, it's just like a Simply Savannah. Like, we'll be really cool with her, and all of a sudden, like 6 months from now, we'll be like, whatever happened to Simply Savannah? Like, she just disappeared. I mean, why does that? Why do you think that happens? Like,
okay, so for example, because brought up Pond Shrimp. Like, Pond Shrimp, I'm pretty sure got busy with school, and then I think she was also doing like an out program with her school, like working in the parks and stuff like that.
Super talented creator. Like, that was like a Remnant type deal. When Pond Shrimp would put something out, like I had my notification on my phone,
Absolutely. But the Game Sick one, that one really like threw me for a loop, because if you remember, right when he kind of disappeared, he had made that video with Mike on 10 Planet Zoo tips that was really good, and his production value was really, really high, and he was like really just his YouTube channel was really starting to take off, and then just poof, just kind of went off, and stuff happens, I guess.
Yeah,
but no, you're right. It's not even just Planet Zoo. It's Planet Coaster too, where it's just you'll sit there and be like, I haven't heard from this person. Who used to comment on every single one of my videos in a few months. Like, hope they're doing okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about Game Sick. I'm like, he disappeared right when all like the COVID stuff started. I mean, like the lockdowns and I was like, what? I hope everything ended up being okay with him.
Think like that too, but it's kind of the world we live in now.
I know,
but who knows? He could have worked in the medical industry or done something that he just has to devote his entire time to doing what he has to do kind of thing. But no, I know what you're saying, and it's just an unfortunate thought that you have to kind of come across, unfortunately. But I think Zekin talked about GameStick in one of his videos because they were working on a collab together, so he knows what happened with him. Okay. I mean, I don't want to pry in anyone's business or anything like that. So if someone knows what's happened and he's all good, that's fantastic. But yeah. Also, I'm not going anywhere. I promise.
Savannah's like, you aren't getting rid of me that easy.
You say that, but
look, there they go, Drew. The first flamingos. Watch them. They'll be coming around this corner in a second.
Let's see them pop on out.
Walk.
Now,
look, Drew. Like we lined that up perfect. Look, their little feet are up on that.
Are they popping up?
Yeah, they're stepping on it.
Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. I love it. Now, what do you think about changing the plaster color to like a cream?
A cream?
Kind of match like a cream, kind of white cream kind of color, kind of like what Remnant had for his color. That's what the San Diegos do, has their color as, instead of like a blue, and it kind of fits in with the Flamingo for more than like that blue for some reason. Planet Zoo wiping out anyone who complains about the pathing system. Yeah, that's what we used to kind of joke around about that Frontier would just off anyone that would you don't talk shit about our game.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that yellow, but then just like a little bit more white. Like if you take that the white or the yellow color and then move it over to like the white just a little bit more, I think you get kind of a creamy kind of color, almost concrete creamy kind of color.
Yeah.
And Planet Coaster crashed. I wasn't even doing anything. I'm just sitting here.
Oh, great.
How did Planet Coaster crash? We're sorry the Planet Coaster has stopped responding. You can end the game right now and help us track down the issue by providing detailed information about what happened. I haven't seen this screen in years. Oh, no.
I hope my flamingos are going up the rocks. I think that one's trying to make an escape.
Oh, no.
Hey, get back down now.
He's making an escape.
Oh, he's coming back. Quack, quack.
He says, make the red water.
Quack.
Make the water red.
Make the water red.
Do it. Do it now.
My gosh, that's a big flamingo. Look at that guy.
That's a huge bitch.
He's coming.
That's a huge flamingo.
Get back, little buddy.
He's eyeballing you, too. Look at him. He's just...
Get back. He's pooping on us and squirting on us.
Right.
Hey, get back.
He's telling you to get back with his butt. Uh-oh. Is he going to jump over?
I don't think so. Let's just see how many escape points we have, shall we?
Oh, yeah. H. Time to H it.
We got a few.
Elephant grass.
Oh, one escaped. There he is, our first escapee.
I didn't know until today that elephant grass, if you put it anywhere, like sink it down so it's not even visible, it's an automatic, makes them not traverse it. So that's a little trick that some people do. If they get that, they'll just put elephant grass down, and then they can't move across it.
Cool, I'll try it. So even if you can totally hide it?
Pretty much, yeah, or just like have to have a little itty bitty bit sticking up, and you can like cover it with a rock kind of thing. But yeah, you don't have to.
That's what I'm kind of doing right here. See if I can just kind of block them.
Yeah, and then double check it, and it should come up as,
Get back, little guys.
Make it neon purple for no reason at all. Yeah, we'll make like a vaporwave flamingo habitat. There you go.
I don't know. I think I tried that little bit of cream. I just think I like this blue lagoon type of look.
Definitely. Everyone's just trying to troll you now to tell you to turn the plaster red and purple to make crazy colors with it. Yeah, because the elephant grass was a huge hitbox for some reason. Yeah, it has like a literal like square around it that is ginormous. So it's just like, okay.
Yeah, no one knows why. Like, why did they,
Right. Apparently,
what was the QA on that?
Can't step on grass and flatten it down, so. Did it work, though? I'm curious now if you sinking it down and like you can't see it. I'm wondering if that worked out or not. Because if so, then yeah, I'm going to totally keep doing that for a lot of my builds.
Yeah, it worked out. It stopped them on that one. And this one over here, they can still get out. But I may be able to fix that with some... Let me just go let me go a little bit higher. Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you just have to have like a blade, of grass like sticking up and out or something.
Or I could even make it look like it's kind of growing like through the crack of this rock right here, and that may stop them.
Yeah.
I hear an alarm.
What's that mean? Time to go? Oh, someone broke out alarm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is so funny right now, me doing my Planet Coaster build and then looking at your build right now, how like yours is just so naturalistic and beautiful looking, and mine right now, I'm building a dirty sewer drain system for my roller coaster queue line kind of thing. It's just so janky, and that's the difference between the games. Basically, just one you can get away with making ugly, nasty looking areas, and then Zoo, a little bit prettier. A little bit more prettier stuff going on. Unless it's backstage, then it's nasty. Savannah typically flips it completely upside down because the bottom is more even and easier to hide just below the ground.
Yes.
That is a good tip. It's like the barrel planter we had in Planco. Oh my gosh, the barrel planter. That's I forgot. And then we had to use the remember the gold chests as well to make people actually ride rides before like the prestige system kind of came around and changed all that. Man,
get back down here, guys, please. Come back here.
So help me. Put that thing back where you found it. So help me, Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski.
What is your favorite Planet Coaster? Oh, Planet Coaster DLC. Mine is it's either Spooky Pack or Studios because of how useful everything in those packs were. And I bet I can guess Stan's probably Adventure Pack.
Yes.
But yeah, mine was probably Studios, I guess.
What about you? Me, I was hardcore adventure.
Yeah,
pack.
You're the adventure bro. You're the adventure bro.
We're going on an adventure.
We're going on an adventure, Frodo.
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. Man, I can't wait for D&D this week.
Oh, I know. I need to get some dialogue going. Like I need to be ready for like Jonty and Jonty and Race Car Jonty and Cal to ask me like just random off the wall questions.
Right. Yeah, I think we've all had just about one of those sessions now where, the experienced D&D people have kind of been like, all right, we're going to try and bring our newbies into the fold here. And I feel like every single time they do, I like go,
me too. And I feel they talk with each other. So I'm sure, like, I'm pretty sure Jonty probably told Duct Tape, like, hey, try to ask Thorok a question. Like, we need to try to get these guys, talking.
Right. And I think we'll get there. Like, we're definitely getting there. It's just, again, just getting comfortable in our second skin, basically.
Yeah.
Our other character, like, just kind of figuring everything out a little bit.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. D&D is the best! That's right. Good morning, Joachim. Joachim and me hung out for 6 hours during my stream, and now here he is, went to bed and woke up, and
he's again on your got stream. Some rest in.
That's awesome. What is your least favorite Planko DLC? Probably World's Fair, but I am kind of hesitant to say. Yeah, no, it's definitely World's Fair. It's not a bad pack, but it wasn't a pack that like had enough in it to like warrant it being its own. It was such a throwaway pack. It felt like it was just like, oh, we have this extra stuff laying around, so here you go. But there's some good like doors and windows in it, if I remember right. But that's kind of about it. World's Fair is your personal favorite. Oh no, But that's just from an aesthetic point of view. Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't like World's Fair. There was too many oversized objects in it. A lot of it seemed like leftover pieces to me from other packs that just didn't make it into the game yet. So it kind of just felt a little bit like, here you go.
Yeah, and we said that when it first came out. We were in, like, I think Mike Sheets and them were kind of saying, like, this was absolutely we didn't really have any other pack to put this stuff in, so here, we're going to call it a world pack.
Well, remember what was the big
Leaf is going to kill us.
One of the big giveaway that's kind of what it was that there were items in it that had the Planet Coaster logo all over it. And remember, like, when they first released the game, they put that Planet Coaster logo on all the things, and it wasn't even just the hardcore community. Like, all the community was like, okay, that's nice that y'all like your logo so much, but can you stop putting it on, like, every single item? And if you remember, like, the World's Fair pack had a lot of really big, oversized items that they kind of stopped doing, because, again, the community was like, yo, you keep giving us, like, freaking, like, pieces that are 3 stories tall that I can't even use for anything. And that pack was just littered with, like, Planet Coaster emblems all over it. And
and like you said, they had moved away from that after the feedback. And then like we get the World's Fair, and all those little pieces are back. So we're like, that's kind of a giveaway here.
Exactly. And again, it's not like, it's not my favorite pack, but there's still some really useful things in it for sure.
Yeah.
But I'll always say that about the pack. It might not be my favorite. Like, even my least favorite pack in Planet Zoo, Arctic pack. I don't like that pack that much. I don't think there's much in it that's very useful. But the things that are useful in it, like the Arctic wood and the just different, like, wood pieces in it, those are really, really useful. So even if Frontier releases a pack that's kind of it was okay. There's usually at least a piece or two in it that, like, I can't see myself not using.
And we, like, they tell us all the time, and we always find ways to use pieces that were never intended for the way we ended up using them. Like, they message us and say, we never would have thought you all would have used that for this. And
well, there's always the famous story of when Mr. Silv there turned the lamppost upside down and used it for, like, a fence piece or something, and everyone at Frontier was like, well, fuck me.
Yeah,
I never thought that they would do that.
Yeah, they lost their minds, and then everybody was kind of off to the races after that.
Well, they had to rethink their entire game, because I've mentioned this a few times, and I really would like to. Maybe we could talk to Sam one time and see if he can talk about this. But there was, like, in the alpha and betas of Planet Coaster, the scenery tab and the building tab were supposed to, like, really, like, work together as far as, like, guest feedback goes and stuff like that. So, like, when guests were walking around and they saw, like, a certain amount of pirate theming, like, mixed in with, like, stuff, they're supposed to be like, wow, the pirate theming in here is so immersive, and, like, they're supposed to, like, kind of feed off of the themes and the building that you did. But, like, after they saw that people were taking, like, lampposts and other things and using them not as the intended theme, they were like, well, shit, we can't, like, do that system anymore. So they kind of had to quickly, in between, like, alpha, beta, and release, like, redesign how everything kind of communicated with itself within the game world, kind of thing. So again, that'd be kind of. I wonder how much Sam can talk now. That Planet Coaster's kind of dwindling down and stuff.
Yeah, like, that'd be a good indication of, like, if we could get him on and have him talk to us. Like, if he could, you wonder if he would allude to, like, there's some stuff happen, like, what I'm saying, like a Planet Coaster 2. I can't really talk about that right now.
Yeah, like, maybe some ideas that didn't make it full-fledged in Planet Code 1 that maybe are, can carry over to Planet Code 2, and we just be like, so, is that something you want to talk about, or?
Yeah, how much of this can you mention?
Exactly. And even if I just miss hearing from Spoiler Sam. Like, he was
a cool dude.
Yeah, but they definitely clamped down on him near the end of Planet Coaster. There, he kind of stopped being on stream so much. It was like an event in the Planet Coaster community if Spoiler Sam was going to be on a stream. Like, everybody would get on and be like, "Oh boy, here goes Sam." He's gonna
Yep.
he's gonna spill the beans.
Every time.
Oh man.
Like I said, I remember like diving off into closets and stuff, and at work when those Planet Coaster Sam Denny streams would be ready to happen. I'm like, I had to disappear. I'm like, I have to watch this.
Well, that's how I was the entire lead up for beta and stuff when they were releasing like every single day or every other day. It was like, okay, we're gonna release, this ride or this is our coaster and stuff. And I'd pull over, like I was a delivery driver at the time, and I'd pull over on my route and be like, oh my god, I gotta watch the new Dev Diary or something.
I know. I would take my lunch super late because they would stream at like 6 o'clock in the evening, so it'd be like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock our time. I'd be sitting there like starving throughout the day, and I'm like, I can't take my lunch yet. There's a live stream today.
Exactly.
And people would even come by. They're like, why haven't you taken your lunch yet? And I'm like, I'm taking a late lunch.
Theme parks. I have to build my own theme park. But dude, like, you remember how we were then? Can you imagine when that trailer for Planco 2 comes out? We are just gonna shit.
Yeah, man, we are going to absolutely lose our minds.
Like, imagine you at work and like, you get a message or you get a notification from Frontier's uploaded a new video. What's this?
Well, and sometimes it's So sometimes it's like that with you too. Like, if you're messing around and all of a sudden I see a message from Drew and it says, "Dude, did you just get the email?" And my heart starts thumping. I'm like, "No, let me go check." And you're like, "Yeah, dude, go check right now."
That's how I was last night. I got kind of excited, but
I did too when you said. Well, I got less excited when I found out you hadn't actually got an email.
Right.
And then I was like, no, I hadn't got one either.
I was about to get so mad.
Yeah, like if I'd have said, oh yeah, Drew, I got it.
Yeah, if you were to come back and say I got an email from them about something, I was about to be like, you motherfucker. Like, really? Because I'm outspoken? No. They've never been like that. They've never been ones to be like, oh, well, you are outspoken about what you don't like. That's yeah. Hey, I gotta get going. My wife just got home from work, so.
All right, buddy. I'll catch you later. Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up in a few minutes. I just wanted to kind of get a little bit more of this taken care of.
Heck yeah, it's looking really good though. It's a good idea to do the false bottoms and stuff like that. It turns out so much better. So
yeah,
cool, dude. Looking good. I'll talk to you later though.
Bye, everybody. See you. Now the one thing though that Sumi was talking about was I never put a hard shelter in here for these guys. I mean, that's kind of okay though. I have animal welfare turned off. This was more of like an aesthetic type build. Because I just thought this all happened because of a remnant screenshot. And I think we made this look pretty cool. We did this in an hour and 39 minutes. This wasn't too bad, was it? I think this came out pretty cool. Oh, I don't know. The trees may. Let me see what Sumi said. You could always switch the feeding platform in the small island and put down a thin land bridge for the keeper to get to it. I was even thinking about maybe I could do some kind of little bridge along here. Yeah, could do a storm house like Joaquin mentioned. They have got a pretty cool little lagoon here, don't they? Oh, we did have one that got away a little bit. Sorry, sir. And then over here, I will just go ahead and get rid of this mess, and we will figure out something else for over here, like at a later time. But that was, I think it's a pretty good improvement. Yeah, Rim said we could do a bridge like the one in the Gariel exhibit. You know, I was talking to Drew earlier about continuing this overhead path out this way so people could like see the anteaters and, you know, both sides. But I don't, that might take away from, might want to end that right there, or it might take away from the look of the lagoon. I mean, we could try it real quick and just see, but I don't even know if it'll go over it now because of the... Yeah, I guess it will. Let's just see what this looks like. Kind of let the path kind of go down this spine. You know, that actually doesn't look that bad, especially with the supports that go down. Kind of at least like gives like it, you know, gives a little more interaction over here. I just didn't want it to take away from the feel of the pond, you know, or from the lagoon. So Herman's saying put the hard shelter right over here to the right side of where the keepers go in. Yeah, we could do that. And we could do some kind of custom support right here because that it kind of disappeared on us right there. What do you guys think? Do you like that elevated path kind of making its way over the lagoon? Or does it not look right? So you've got the path that goes over. Or if we back it off, then you've just got the natural. They come out here. Looks cool with my rock wall over there in the background. I have to get a picture of that and put it out on social. On the socials. Not too bad for just a little quick live stream fix, huh? Remember, like if any of you guys didn't see this at the beginning, this was a playground that we have turned into the new Flamingo Lagoon. Whoops, we took out the hotel. Remember, there was the big hotel right here. I think I can fix this up with like some foliage and, you know. I don't know, it's just like when I did the viewing platform out this way, it kind of took away from seemed like it intruded too much on the Flamingo Lagoon. It seemed like, you know. Bum, 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 bum. Sometimes I like to dress the waterfalls up with a little bit of debris, just kind of makes it look a little more natural. Yes, path or no path? That is the question. And of course, too, like when we'll do another regular episode of this, and it will probably be like Suyana episode 22 or 23. And we put them on the workshop. Like I put it out there when the episode's done, so you guys could go and take it and change some of this stuff around too. You know what would have almost been cool? Like if this lagoon up here, like if we took the anteaters out, and if that lagoon kind of spilled down here into another lagoon, and we had some kind of, you know, almost like aquatic-based animal down here. You know what I should do? I should wait and leave these guys in here, and if we do get like otters or something coming up, make this the big otter lagoon down here and just have them like, you know, share, like have an implied shared waterfall system. I think that'd be cool. I am going to have to figure out, I do need to figure out how to kind of get all this hid. So Herman is saying take the path out to the flat rock and just stop. That is a good compromise. Yes, I kind of like that. Even though, you know, I mean, typically some zoos have dead ends. Knoxville Zoo has some weird little dead ends. I like that though. It's like, it's not too intrusive, but it still lets people come out here to the end and observe both animals. But yeah, oh yeah, see you, Savannah. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. But yeah, guys, I think maybe we save this for an otter lagoon. And we'll just find someplace else for our cute little anteaters. Oh, hello. I tried doing a whole stream waterfall with ice blocks as water. I'm trying to decide if it looks believable. Yeah, maybe if you can get your rock stacking believable, that will be the key. Jake said if I was at the zoo, I'd love to go on that bridge. Me too. I would definitely be out here on the end of this, checking out the lagoon and all of what's going on. Because, see, you enter that path over here by the rock wall. So, see, it's kind of like an elevated nature path right there. And then you just wind your way up through here. It's just, you know. But I think that'd be pretty cool. But anyways, guys, yeah, I'll go ahead and let you all go. We accomplished what we needed to. I wanted to switch this over to a Flamingo Lagoon, and I think it came out pretty stinking cool. Better than that playground that I had. And yeah, we'll either get in here and continue messing around, maybe tomorrow, or we will go back and keep messing with the polar exhibit. But either way, we'll get in here and jump around and kind of see what we can make happen. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by as always, and maybe I will catch you tomorrow evening. And yep, thanks Rob, thanks Leaf, Jake, Bold, Simply Savannah, Warble, Herman. We've got Amanda B stopped by real quick. Got Rim stopped by. A lot of you had rolled up in here tonight. Jakeem. Race Car, he's probably long gone by now. Steeped in some Planet Coaster mischief. But yeah, I will yell at you guys later. See you guys.